Why? Because I want more freedom and less government. And those two go together, and Ron Paul's the only one that's guaranteed to give me that. I voted for McCain, I have to admit.
I'm here to see Ron Paul talk and hopefully get more people to vote for him, because he has common sense solutions and is practical, and his ideas are realistic compared to the others.
That Ron Paul is cool.
Yep, definitely committed to libertarian.
Tell me why.
Well, he's a constitutional conservative. He knows when to go to war. He expects a declaration of war. He knows that he's the only Republican that's even considering any cuts to the budget. So, as a conservative, that is very important, and our debt's the biggest issue. So,
would you mind telling me who you voted for in the last general election?
Bob Barr, probably.
No, for president.
Yep. Libertarian Party, yeah.
I actually voted for McCain until I went to Iraq in the military. Since then, I've been doing kind of a lot of soul searching and a lot of reading. I can tell you that I think that I left it a better place than I found it. But the reasons for actually going there, I don't necessarily want to talk about that. I have my doubts, I guess I'll put it that way.
Okay.
I voted for John McCain.
Because he's for individual freedom and less government and less spending. John McCain.
Because I'm looking forward to a government that does what it says it'll do, and that is much smaller than it currently is.
Well, I guess the main reason is just he seems different from other politicians in that he actually backs up what he says. And
you happy you're here?
Yeah.
Are you happy, Lainey? I voted for Barack Obama the last presidential election.
I'm supporting because I'm a fan of the Constitution and consistency.
Who did you vote for in the last presidential?
Unfortunately, Obama.
He's predicted a lot of events, big events that have happened. He's always consistent and knows what he's talking about.
You voted for Obama in the last one?
Yep.
Because he believes in the Constitution. He wants to put in a sound economic policy. He has the best plan to promote world peace, in my mind, and he's for the people. So I wrote in Ron Paul.
You're a loyal supporter?
Yeah, I wrote him in at the last election.
Because he supports liberty.
Okay.
That's about as plain as it gets. He supports the Constitution, real American values. I wrote in Ron Paul.
Great American, make a great president, because he's more concerned with the causes than the symptoms.
How is this promoted?
This is through the internet. Okay. So we, through our Facebook pages, everybody's Facebook pages, and also that was about it, and emails. Because he believes in individual rights and personal responsibility and following the Constitution and the Declaration of Independence. So,
do you mind telling me who you voted for in the last presidential election?
Chuck Baldwin, Constitution Party.
Okay.
I just like his policies and stuff, and his foreign policy. I like his foreign policy.
Interview this guy here. He's a big supporter here. So
he came. My dad came from me actually to support me.
Who brought your dad? Okay.
Yeah.
Why are you supporting him?
I don't know. I like his views on foreign policy and his ideas on the Federal Reserve and whatnot. I actually voted for Obama.
Okay.
I actually voted for McCain. And I've always been a Republican, and I voted my first time for Reagan. But I'm impressed with Ron Paul, just how he's got the younger generation really believing, and in a Republican platform, or in his own platform, obviously.
He, out of all the candidates, he's the only one who's really adhered to the Constitution.
I like that one.
I'm supporting Ron Paul because Ron Paul's for liberty, and I'm for liberty.
Because I believe he has the best understanding of our economic situation, which the crux of the problem being the Federal Reserve. Bringing troops home and to greatly diminish our the United States military presence around the world is a great idea.
2000 I voted for George W. Bush. 2004 I begrudgingly voted for Kerry, and 2008 I voted for Obama. Yep, do watch The Update, great site. Was really great journalism, especially during the government shutdown.
Because he's the only one that supports the Constitution. Unfortunately, McCain.
Who really is a precursor to the Tea Party movement. He was Tea Party before it was cool.
They said there'd be a few people here that were interested in the cause of liberty. I find that there is a great interest in the cause of liberty. I believe, though, that our country has gotten into this trouble mainly because we've sent too many in Washington who have been too careless with the rule book. They practically have ignored the rule book, which is the Constitution. We spend more money than all the other countries put together, so I think we should start emphasizing the threat to our liberties here at home more than the theoretical threat that somebody's going to invade us. We thought for a minute that we had to have the troops on 900 bases and in 130 countries, that's the only way we could be safe and secure. That'd be a different story. But the truth is, it's bankrupting our country, it's taking a heavy toll on our military, creates more enemies, and undermines our national defense, and that is why I am a strong advocate of changing our foreign policy, one that is called non-intervention, mind our own business, come on, don't be a nation building and don't be the policeman of the world. All of a sudden they said to be safe, you have to, of course, sacrifice more liberties. So the bill that they had floating around for several years, nobody had any interest in, and the motivation wasn't there, they saw it as an opportunity. Just as they saw it was an opportunity to invade Iraq, because they had wanted to do that for quite a few years. The first speech I gave against going to war against Iraq was in 1998, because that's when they decided that the war will come and there would be regime change. Within a week or two, the bill came to the floor that had been around, and it was called the Patriot Act. One member of Congress told me, he says, how can I vote against it? It sounds so good. He says, no, he says, under the circumstances, I can't go home and try to explain it to the people back home why I voted against the Patriot Act under these dire circumstances. I said, well, that's your job. You're supposed to go home and explain to people why you
Fantastic. He's the man. The freedom, the liberty, that we're going to do something about government. We're going to reduce its size and do something with the Federal Reserve. We're going to audit and get us back to honest money.